So right now, CBS is airing Survivor 42, and it's a good season. It's fun. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for some more action. And the reason being is Global in Canada is airing Big Brother Canada 10. And right now they are just like on fire. Every week is something exciting. And just yesterday they had the first ever, never done before, double eviction where they had a chain of safety. It was so much fun. And I just really want more excitement out of Survivor like that. Survivor is exciting, but like this last episode that aired on Wednesday was not as exciting as the previous episode where Jenny was voted out. In this episode, we had Swati, one of my faves, get voted out. And, I really didn't have much of a reason for her to be one of my faves other than just a lot of the pre-game interviews and, just what like CBS will release about the cast. She was just one of my favorites given her background, and she was a Marine. She's so young, and she went straight out of high school, and she graduated early. So she's Indian. There were so many interesting, compelling things about her as a TV character that I really was invested in her, and I wanted to see her go as far as possible. Okay, kind of similar, Marianne. But Marianne is such a lightning rod. Like, I don't know, I don't want to just say that she's doing something that Swati is not or was not, but they're two different people. And it's not just that I feel like the show is giving her more time, more screen time. She deserves it. She's just such a bold standout. Like, how can you not have her narrate the story? And I'm super happy that she has not been voted out. There was that moment in episode 2 where it looked like she might be leaving, but Myra left instead. So we'll see how much longer Marianne can make it. And she's on the same tribe as Jonathan, who is another one of my faves, and he is also a big character on this season. He's someone that has a huge target on his back, and he is going to be prime for the picking when it comes to the merge. That's just a common thread amongst the Survivor community. It's just something that we all know about that archetype within Survivor. He's the Goliath. Tori called him that on this episode, and he hated it because of the stigma and because of all of the baggage that comes along with that. Like, he's such a huge target going into the merge. Rob and Steven talked about it on Survivor Know-It-Alls. So Marianne and him, I'm very interested in. As far as Lindsay and it's not Omar. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it sounds like Omar. I'm not too into them. Like, they're great humans, I'm sure, but as far as like on my TV screen, they're fine. But I would much rather root for Jonathan or Marianne. And then just any of the other tribes. I still love Chanel on the Green Tribe, whatever that tribe's name is. Who else was on that tribe? There's Daniel, Mike. I love Mike. He's sweet. He's nice. He's a big character. He's someone else who is probably going to be very targeted, given that he is another big guy and that he has the ability to shine in the individual immunity challenge when the merge comes, and it's coming soon because we're already at 13 people now, so it has to be coming within the next couple weeks. But Mike is just one of those Survivor characters, almost like a Marianne or like an Elaine, where they're just so captivating, and they're so sweet, and they're so funny and charming, and they can pull you in, and they can just become your best friend. That is something that all Survivor players are like, okay, no, we got to get them out. We can't go to the end with Elaine. We can't go to the end with Marianne. They're gonna win. So I'm curious about Mike's trajectory. Naturally, I'm rooting for him because that pops from the screen and you just get invested in these people, or at least that's how I am, and that's how I know a lot of the other Survivor fans are. So Mike, Chanel, Daniel, who else is on that tribe? Oh, Hai and Lydia. Oh my god, I want to love them, but they were just that nail in the coffin between Daniel and Chanel and Mike and Jenny, and that was my little squad within that group. I was a huge Jenny fan, and they got Jenny out, but I have to give credit where credit is due. I think Hai is great TV. I am rooting for him. He is in a good place right now in the game, but like I said, he voted out someone that I was really invested in Jenny, and he really threw Chanel's game off, and Mike's a little as well. So I'm kind of just holding out a little bit on him, just because I'm a curmudgeon like that. But he is a great personality. He's a great player. I love him. He's funny. All these people are great. I just talk about them in jest as these TV characters. I know they're human beings. I've made the mistake in the past of just being so vocal and explicit about my feelings towards, whether it be Housewives or Survivor players or Big Brother players. So I say all of this in just the means that, I know that they're all great people, and in real life, I know that they're all flawed people like everyone else in real life. So when I talk about who I like and who I don't like, it's just in a fun context of who I have personally seen a little bit of myself in, or just for whatever reason I have become enamored with their character on the TV show, and I'm invested in them. So there's that tribe, and then the other tribe, there's who is that? That's Tori. Who is she with? How am I drawing such a blank right now? They voted out Swati. So it was Tori, Dre, Roxroy, and Romeo. So those are all pretty interesting characters. It's just hard for me to really say with them, because who was it? It was Tori and Swati, or Swati and Zach are the two people voted out of that tribe. And Zach was voted out first, and in the beginning of this season, in the first couple episodes, we got a lot of this tribe. So we got a lot, but we didn't get much. They were featured in the episodes, but there's just so much to play, to show. So even though they were featured, it's not it's just a couple of episodes. We didn't get so much of them to get so much from them. So that's why, when I talk about my whole thing with Swati being voted out, it's we didn't have that much time with her, but I had that investment from the preseason. So Um, there was that, and then they kind of were just like purple. Like we didn't see them, we didn't see much of them at all until this episode, and then now Swati's gone. So having these other 4 people left, I'm kind of interested in all of them and where they go next, especially Tori, because she is so polarizing and she has been in the hot seat for the majority of this whole season with this tribe, and she has survived. And mind you, Tori is the person who was on sequester, so I kind of was already have just like a soft spot for her because she was on sequester. But she's a scrapper. And then there's Dre, who has just been really like on top of things. She's been really in the mix with a lot of the strategic talking with everyone. And whether it's a testament to the way the show's trying to highlight more diverse characters of color, characters of different walks of life that they usually don't. I'm getting what I'm getting from her. I'm enjoying it, and I want to see what happens with her. Romeo is in a very interesting position because he is kind of aligned with everyone. He's in good with everyone on that tribe, but he's very sneaky and very strategic. And from what I see, no one really is getting that from him, and he's able to kind of pull the wool over all of these people's eyes. So good on him. And he is a gay Hispanic man, so that's exciting for me, and that's something where I'm just kind of like already rooting for him, even though there isn't anything necessarily that I've seen from him where I'm just like so excited, like a Marianne or like a Mike or a Jonathan. But and even Roxroy, like Roxroy has just been like the guy who has been bossing everyone around at camp, and he's very just like, my word of the highway, I'm going to tell you how I feel. He's the older guy, he's the oldest guy on the tribe, so he kind of has like that dad mentality and that dad attitude and vibe about him. So I'm excited about all those people. I'm not really like super invested in any of all those people as of right now. Like maybe as I see more of them, I will. But yeah, Survivor is a lot of fun. It's great. It is great. It's just that Big Brother Canada 10. I haven't really watched a season of Big Brother Canada in a long time. So having it at my disposal, listening to the live feed updates, it's so enamoring. Like, so they had a double eviction yesterday, and usually in a double eviction it'll just be like a normal eviction night on a Thursday night where the 2 people are nominated. There's a head of household and everyone else votes on those 2 people. One of them leaves, they're evicted, and then usually in a double eviction they just do it again. Like they'll have a head of household competition. Whoever wins that will nominate 2 people. They'll do the veto draw. So then it's the head of household, the 2 nominees, and the 3 people that were drawn at random to play in the veto. So depending on who wins the veto, if they play it or not, they'll save one of the people nominated. Someone will be replaced with that person, or it'll stay the same. Whatever, they'll vote again, that person leaves. So this time what they did was, after the first eviction, when the first person is voted out, they had a competition, but then instead of it being an HOH competition, it was a competition for safety. And so Moose won that, and so he started the safety chain. And so basically he picked Herman, ironically, who voted him to be voted out that night, but whatever, he doesn't know that. So he picks Herman to be safe, and then Herman picks someone else to be safe, and that person picks the next person to be safe, and it kept going, whatever. And so that was just fun. That was super exciting. We knew that was coming, but we didn't really know exactly how it was gonna like break down, because basically, so after that they got down to the 3 people left. When there were 3 people left that weren't safe, they had another competition. And so basically the person who won that one is safe. The last 2 people there are nominated, and then from there they just have a vote. And so then Jess ended up getting voted out, which is kind of sad, but it's still a good season. Very exciting. still lots more to come from that. So I'll definitely be back to talk about Big Brother and Survivor, or Big Brother Canada and Survivor, excuse me. But as you can tell, I love this stuff. It's so much fun. Once you kind of just get by a lot of the kookiness of it all and you just get what everything means, then you can just become invested in the characters. And that's something that I love that both shows are kind of gearing towards now, where they are kind of trying to cut back on all of the twists and stuff like that and just letting like the cast be themselves. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun TV, fun, thoughtless TV most of the time. So yeah, just tune in if you'd like. I would highly recommend. But I will be back with more recommendations.